Hello, everybody. It is Connie, and it's Wednesday at 2, and I'm so excited to show my project today. I've been waiting to do this for a while, but first I have just a few announcements. You might notice February 4th. This is a big day for Stampin' Up. Every month they introduce something, either new kits or new products in their reduced section or new products online. I mean, there's just something every month. February 4th, there are 2 new card kits that are coming out that are actually really nice, and I like both of them. I just saw the sneak preview of them yesterday, and I'm surprised that I like them as well as I do because I don't typically buy card kits. Also, on February 4th, they are running low on some of the celebration free stuff that's coming up. And so if you've been waiting to make a purchase to get your free celebration items, know that they haven't said which ones are low, but you can assume based on which ones you love, right? The hearts and the heart die combo that you get, you can pick for $120. That one's super duper popular. I don't know how they're running on the little seagulls, but those seem to be pretty popular. I just don't know, but I'm just telling you now, they're going to have more free stuff starting February 4th. They're adding to it, and so it'll be interesting to see what it is. They didn't say what it was. They just said we're going to have more options. And so I'm going to erase that. And then I also have an announcement. Stampin' Up sends out an announcement for demonstrators every Tuesday. And that's usually when they announce all of their things, whatever's going on. And one of the things they said is that red rubber cling is getting to be difficult to get. It's kind of on shortage right now. And it was interesting to me, it struck me because I was watching one of those Hanging with Hero interviews where they interview a lot of people in the paper craft industry. And several of them who do red rubber stamps have purchased their own machines and their own materials in order to make their own stamps. Because those materials are getting harder and harder to get now that photopolymer is so popular. Anyway, so I just wanted to let you know they're not doing away with it. But if you see some of the cling mounted sets on back order or unavailable or whatever, just know that they're waiting for material. Can you believe that? Anyway, so today I want to work with this paper pack, which is a really great pack. It is called Nests of Winter. And yeah, it's birds, you guys. Not everybody is into birds. I know. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's got a little bit of it's a winter vibe for sure. And it's been kind of, I think, a sleeper. I haven't seen as many demonstrators using this paper in their demos. This one, I'm going to show real close up. Look, it's little bird feet prints. Oh, so cute. And then there's just a lot of different prints. And so I'm going to flip them over and show you what's on the other side too. I bought this back in September because they had this as a option for demonstrators on preview, and they did like a class with demonstrators, and it really is like something that I think a lot of demonstrators used it during that demo and then got tired of it or something. I just don't think people have shown it as outstanding as it is. The colors are pretty amazing in this kit. So I know you're like, birds, Connie, really? Birds? And the answer is yes, birds. I like birds. I have bird feeders. I take random pictures of the unusual birds that come to my feeders, and I have a lot of them. So I immediately was like, yeah, I can use that paper. But then I was like, you know, I have a lot of this paper. I don't have that many bird pictures. I mean, I could use them all for bird pictures, but you know, honestly, this is great for just general winter, you know, walks through the park and outdoor anything. There's one of the papers, this one right here. There are dies in the Stampin' Die set that cut these out, and so I'm going to use those today. But I honestly, if you aren't into birds, even just the backside of these papers are really great. So look at that. Look at that. Ah, it's like birch. So honestly, I'm kind of like, these are my colors, man. They're that kind of pool party blue, and the there's a little bit of green, and then of course any wood grain or birch or anything like that. Anything like that is great texture. So I really like this paper pack, and I'm gonna do a bird layout. Yeah, I'm gonna do a bird layout. Can you believe that? But you know, can't help myself. So I was gonna print off all my photos before I got started, and I just got so tied up because I am working on this really cool kit. Oh, I should show you because it's cool. Hold on a second. Let me grab it. All right. So I took a workshop, and it makes this box. See this little cool box? And you make it from scratch. It's very awesome. And then in the box, there are giant tags, and you can put, you know, photos on them or whatever you want. I might use this mechanism for a card. Anyway, so there are several tags that are just outstanding. And then there's some shakers, which you know I love shakers. And so I've been crafting away. Just love that so much. So I just thought I'd show you. And then all of them fit in this box. And I have a couple more tags to do, and I want to put photos on them. You can do anything with these tags, but it's meant, you know, to display at Christmas time. And I know it's a little out of season now, but who had time at Christmas? Not me, man. So I'm still a little bit in winter mode. I know people have moved forward. But here I am. Okay. So first of all, I just wanted to say, I love this print that it's an all over print of birds with this, and this is at the bottom of a 12 by 12 and the top of a 12 by 12. So it's got like birds and upside down birds. So if you split it down the center, you know, you get two big strips. And I'm like, that's hard on a scrapbook page because you want to have room for photos. So the first thing I thought is I definitely want to use that. And so I decided to kind of make that my feature embellishment of the page. So I cut it across the bottom. This piece, I want to say it's 10 inches. Yeah. It's like 10 and a quarter, 10, 10 and a quarter. And then this one is 4. So they don't match perfectly because I use 2 different parts of the paper, but this is how I want to start. This is how I want this. I know I want this on the bottom. And so I went ahead and decided to use this weird print. Now, I find these big, general, big old prints like this kind of hard to use because, like I said, you know, you want to put your photos on. It's so hard. And so, let me just use that. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to read my comments. I'm trying to read my comments. Sorry, my iPad is crazy. It won't let me pause. That's very bizarre. I can pause my phone without any trouble and my computer without any trouble, but for some reason my iPad won't let me pause. Anyway, all I know, you know, so I'm reading the comments. February 4th, Christy, they are coming out with two new kits and new options for the free stuff in Celebration. And I'm going to be drawing for the hostess group today, and I'll message whoever I draw on that. So if you don't hear from me after my live, I didn't draw your name, so I apologize. But I was going to do it live, but man, did I run out of time. Okay, this is the other print that's very bird-like. You know, I like the birch. I'm not as crazy about the paper on the other side. It's got a nice color to it. It's kind of a soft, I don't know what color that is. Copper clay, maybe? It's got a soft pinkish tone to it. But I wanted to use this side. And so I want to feature that too. So I'm thinking over here. I'm not sure exactly where yet. So I'm not going to put that down yet. Now my other papers, I decided to do strips up the top, right? I'm just going to do strips. So I went ahead and I cut this piece, and I cut a 4-inch piece to go with it. And of course, I wanted to use that gorgeous birch print. And I don't know exactly where I want it yet. But I think, I thought I had another print. Hold on just a second. I do have another print. I know I do. Because I'm pretty sure I cut this little bird print too, but I don't know where I put my other end. Oh, there it is. Okay. Little bird feet. All right. And then I got to decide what order I want these in. I could move these around. And you know, I could shuffle these up a little bit. And I think I like the birch kind of in the middle. It's going to be covered up somewhat with my photos. So I should put the one I like the least probably right here, because that is where I'm definitely going to have photos covering it. And I think I like that hint of pink on there, but I don't want it to be the feature. I'm just playing around, trying to decide which order I like these in. Yeah, Christy, I think I would wait until the 4th. I have an order that needs to go in, and I'm thinking of waiting till the 4th because I know one of the 2 kits that's coming out I really like. You also, you also might peek at the Paper Pumpkin site, because there might be some sneak peeks of the next one. I haven't had a chance to look for that. I might look for that later today. Okay, so here's this. I am going to zoom out just a little so you can see the whole 2 pages a little bit more, because I want you to see the whole 12 by 12 2-page thing. Okay, now the other thing is this color right here is kind of a color that is by itself. It kind of stands out, and I don't want tons of color in here, but I do want to bring that in a little bit. So I cut off of this page, I cut a little strip of this that has that same tone, and I think I'm going to put that over here, and I just want a tie-in with that. And then okay, and then I did something fun. I got out the embossing folder it's called Painted Trees, and it is a 3D tree folder. Very hard to see, white on white. This is what it does. It's really pretty. The problem, in my opinion, you know, Stampin' Up! Didn't ask my opinion. I want to put it down here just for some texture, but not color. And the problem is I wanted to put a 4th tree on there, and the only tree I could have put on there is this one. And then it was so matchy-matchy. I suppose I could make it taller or something. Anyway, I may still do that. I may still run that through and just see if I can make that look a little different. I feel like the pattern of this embossing folder is the wrong direction. I'm used to, close to my heart always had a slit cut in there so that you could slide your paper in and then just do like 12-inch strips. Or, you know, you just emboss it over and over again. And so I want it to go this way so that I can emboss, slide my paper, emboss, slide my paper. You know, I could do like a whole big strip. So you have to get a little creative to use this one, but I really do love the print on it. Okay. So I think I might put another tree on there. And then I cut photo mats, and I really liked the espresso brown with these papers. And remember, it won't be like wah in your face, because you know you'll have like pictures on top of it, so only a little bit will show around the border. You won't have like these crazy bold colors. But most of my bird pictures are vertical. I don't know why I do that, because I zoom in and I try to get photos. And then I have this here. And then I know I have a lot of photos where I took pictures of my feeders from my window, and I get the neighbor's house in the background and their car and their trash can sitting at the edge of the street. And, you know, I have all kinds of stuff I can cut out of those photos. So I did cut some smaller, like these are 3x3. So I can cut down some photos and make them smaller. And then I can put those down here, but I'm not sure how much of my birds I want to cover up. But this is my tentative plan. It's just that here I am covering up exactly what I didn't want to do. So then I was like, well, maybe if I put it over here and I still have all my birds. And then this is like decoration almost, right? So I kind of like that idea. So this is my layout. This is what I'm doing. And then to tie in that rusty pink, I think it's copper clay. Heather, help me. What is that? I cut another strip of it that I thought maybe I could put over here, like it has that triangle. And then I did not, because this kind of landed with a white strip at the top, I went ahead and cut some cardstock to put in there. I could have just used this background color. I like the white with it though. I just thought a little bit covering up that white at the top. I don't know. I don't know if I need to do that or not, but that's sort of my plan. All right. There is my layout. And then I just need to decide how to embellish a little bit. And so I did cut out some of those birds. They have robins and they have these little, I don't know what they are, blue birds. I don't get blue birds like that in my, now I do get, I get a lot of different birds in the winter than I do in the summer. These, I don't know, they're generic enough to use. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to put some, I'm just going to arrange some birds in different places. And I cut this out, and I just out of a scrap, and you can see I didn't have like a full circle of it. So I cut out this little circle to go over it, and I thought that was really sweet. I kind of like that down here actually. So yeah, I'm going to play a little bit. I have more of these blue ones that I could put down here. Not sure what I want to do with that yet. Now, I went a long time ago, I got a whole bunch of little embellishment kind of words. You make every day a whole lot brighter, enjoy the little things. And I was like, well, that's pretty good for this. I don't even think I need like a giant title. And I think that I will do something like this. And I want to leave a little bit of journaling space so that I can write down the different birds that I see. At my feeder, I get I've been getting a lot of unusual birds lately, so that's cool. The other thing is I was digging through my wooden stamps, kind of going through them, and I saw this little music note, and I thought, oh, this is so sweet. And so I got out my espresso ink, early espresso, and it's been a while since I've used this little music note, so I'm gonna stamp it a couple times, make sure it's in good shape. So I could do that in brown or blue, but I think brown. And I'm just gonna put a few little music notes on each side. It is really something to go outside in my yard right now because I have so many birds that it's like the movie where birds just go everywhere. I understand. You know what? The problem is with this paper is it's too easy to see it's only for birds. But in reality, just look at it without the bird images on it. Totally, I'm screaming here. Nature walk, winter pictures, just generic photographs, anything outdoors. you know, pictures of your dog, pictures of your cat. I really do think that this paper would work for anything. And it does have a bit of a winter vibe to it. And on the other hand, is that because we're in winter and that's how I'm thinking? Because I think this could be springy too, especially if instead of this like tan mink color, maybe you bring out the blue more, or instead of adding this copper clay. I think the copper clay color makes it look very, I think that's the color. Gosh, you guys, I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But if you brought out a totally different color in this, I do think that you would get a different vibe completely. Yeah, see, I think this is the color, and it's just the lightened version of it. So I think so. I believe it is. But you know, you could add whatever you wanted to it. Look at that with the blue, without the birds on it. But just imagine that as your photo mats. Totally different. Totally different. I think any of the royal colors, look at that with the purple even, would look really great. So yeah, it's hard. I have a bunch of this paper, but the truth is I've used a lot of it for cards. And, oh, I know, I was going to show you my card. I'll show you my cards in just a minute. My last trick is, I have a bunch of these druzy dots, right? These are the ones that were in this latest, release. And I took my alcohol markers. You can color these with alcohol markers and make them a different color. So I was like, well, let's make them the color of the birds, blue, and let's pull that out. The problem is they're very bumpy. And so if you're going to use your alcohol markers, use a really light touch so that you don't ruin, you know, the tip of your marker, because you don't want, I'm just dabbing ink on. You don't want to get your end of your marker all jazzed up and where you aren't going to be able to color images, right? So by coloring them, I think you can see that those are blue. I don't know how well that shows up, but you can color these whatever color works for you. And then you can, you know, add your little gems wherever you want, right? And so that's my other trick, is you can buy these silver ones and just make them whatever color markers you have. Just use a light touch so you don't ruin your markers. I think distress inks would work too. Like if you wanted some in this like green, for example, I think you could use distress ink. The alcohol markers I know work, but there's one that's green now. Put it on something white, you can see it. But so you can change the colors of these a little bit. What do you think? Do you like this? All right, I want to show you the cards that I made with these birds because I've been using this paper. My plan is to not store paper. You know this. So let me grab some of my cards I've been making. So I've been showing Cards Like Maniac on here lately. And so this card was designed by Nancy Sutton. Hi, Nancy, if you're here, hello. And she did this for her club group and let me join in. It was really nice of her to let me join. And this is where I got that idea for cutting out that bird, because I had not even thought about cutting them out and just using a small portion like that. And then she used ribbon, and look at this card. Do you love it? So it's basically just an A2 card with a diagonal slice out of the front. And then you just put that on. It's just great. It's just great. I just love it. Now, these are the cards I made. You know, I do a lot of stash busting, and you know, I like these sloped style cards. And so I just did a lot of the different papers and cardstock, and I used Nancy's idea and made a whole bunch of circles and just used that as the front of my cards. And I think this is a great use for that paper. I just love them. See, these have a winter vibe to me, but maybe it's because of the berries and greenery. I don't know. But anyway, lots of bird cards are all essentially the same. I also used a lot of that wood grain embossing folder because it's great. It works really good with those nature style themes, right? And then you've been seeing all of my heart cards. I made a shaker, just an all over front shaker. I used the packaging from something and I put some hearts and some sparkles inside. I've still have some backgrounds to play with. I used this one. This is my favorite one right here. It says, just because I care. I love you more than cookies. This one got a lot of views. A lot of people like that one. There's that one I showed you last week. And then this one with the Baskin Robbins colors. And then of course, I have my lava lamp ones that I've shown. My birthday ones, the hippity hop Easter ones. And, oh, here's the bee ones. So this is one of those cards where I took, you know, an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock and just stamped the flowers all the way around the border. And then you just chop and chop. Chop it in half, chop it in half. You get 4 panels. And so then I just stamped a bee and some hearts on each panel. So cool, right? So if you saw this as a panel, it would be probably like that. Like it would be going across. Anyway, I made a whole bunch of those, and in the inside, happy bee day. Have a beautiful day. Ha, I thought that was clever. So clever. And so, yeah, that's what I've been doing lately. And so I'm going to send a lot of these to JJ. I'm going to send some of them to my aunt. And I am cleaning out my stash. And so I hope that you guys like that idea too. Okay, any questions? Anything new that you want to see? Anything exciting? I'm desperately wanting to show you everything that's new and new release and all of that stuff. But honestly, I feel like I've been behind since Christmas. I got so into Christmas, I couldn't stop. And so here I am, catching up essentially. And so all the other demonstrators online are showing all the new products, and I am still playing. So every time I get out a new paper pack, I start up again. So, all right. Well, have a fabulous afternoon, and I will see you Friday. And I think I'm going to make one more bird card, and it's not going to be a sloped card. It's going to be a different card that I haven't made before. And so I think you'll like it. I hope you like all the posts I've been putting out too. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.